All right, race number one. This one's going to be Jeremy, Anthony, Rich, Cody, Ben, TJ, and Theo.
Jeremy Vidig, Ben St. John.
Turn marshals will be my modified buggy drivers.
Anthony Zachiglowski. Cody Kirk. 10 Quartet. Rich Bright.
All right, turn marshals for this race are going to be Tony, Cole, Bryant, King, and Brandon. I'm going to need your help, guys.
TJ Cordero.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You might not want to stand in that lane. There you go. Hey, he's trying to set you up, bro. Did you see the race last Friday? All right. Well, I suppose it's time to go live. Hold on a second. We're about to go live loop, folks. Thank you for the help, BG. Much appreciated. Hey, BG, if you want to run a mod too, throw it down. Feel free. All right, we're going racing, guys. And that could be a mod truck or buggy. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. All right, we got Anthony going 16-1, Ben 17-2, Rich at 18-8, Cody at 20.4, got Theo 18-4, Jeremy at 16-6. We're 30 seconds down, drivers. Anthony going 15-8 that time by New Hot Lap. 40 seconds down. All right, so this is Wednesday Night Racing, race number one, round number one. Got 6 races tonight per round. Pretty decent for a Wednesday night. Addressing next Wednesday, I'm sure I'll be here, but I'm not so confident that others will be here. Next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. I'll be around, but I'm not confident that you guys will be here, to be frank. All right, $120 down, 440 to go. Yeah, I believe the internal plan is not racing next Wednesday, but if enough people show up, I'll be here. Plans can change, but just keeping you guys up to date with what's going on. Yeah, minute 40 down. Yeah, I think last time we tried to do a Christmas Eve race, we had 5 racers. So we'll see what happens next week. All right, Jeremy Vidig on top of the leaderboard, 22:02. Ben going 22:09. Rich 21:14. Theo 20 flat. Anthony 20:18. Cody an 18:19. TJ 15:09. Got 210 down, 350 to go. Fast lap so far. Got Anthony going to 15.3. Only car in the 15s right now. Got Ben a 16.3. Jeremy a 16.0. Rich a 16.9. Theo 17.1. Cody 18.4. And TJ 18 flat. We're 240 down, 320 left. Right now, Ben out front, 22-15 in the works. Got Jeremy 22-15 as well. Theo 21-14. Anthony 21-17. Rich 20-02. Cody 18-06. And TJ 16-06. 3 minutes down.
Left.
3 minutes left. Got Ben with a new PR that time by a 16-2, backing it up a 16-7. Believe Ben's out there driving the yellow, green, and blue ride, making his way through the middle part of the track. Guy Jeremy Vidhug in the 2. And that's exactly what happened on Friday, except there was somebody standing there. Yes, that is the winning move. All right, we got 2:20 to go, drivers. All right. Hey, you're going to need steel sides and steel heels, too. All right, just over 2 minutes remaining, drivers.
2 minutes left.
Got Ben St. John out front. Another 16-2 that time by for Ben. So Ben's pace now 22-15. Got Jeremy 21-02, Anthony 21-15, Theo 20-01, Rich 20-16, Cody 18-09, TJ 17 flat. Got Ben once again improving the PR, going 16-1. He's having fun. Minute 30 remaining, drivers. 90 seconds left. Got Ben, Jeremy, Anthony, your top 3, followed by Theo, Rich, Cody, and TJ. This is race number 1 on track. Race number 2 up next. All right, 1:05 remains here.
1 minute left.
Got Ben 2.5 ahead of Jeremy. Whoa, now that gap is slimmer. Got Jeremy going 15-7 that time by. Right now we got Ben 1.3 ahead of Jeremy. Jeremy 7 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 4 ahead of Theo. Theo 13 up on Rich. Rich 30 ahead of Cody. Cody 11 ahead of TJ. Got 30 seconds left, drivers. "25 seconds to go. "15 seconds. Race leader having a problem there. Oh.
Rich Bright done.
Ah, man. So that is
Anthony
Is
Zachiglowski
slash
done.
was your leader. He might hold on to
Jeremy
it.
Vidic done. Cody Kirk
Unfortunately, no, he's not going to hold on to it.
done. 10 Quartet done. All drivers are
Okay,
finished.
that will be a race. It's going to be
TJ
Jeremy
Cordero
taking that
done.
one, going 21:05. Got Anthony at
The
21:11.
race is
Theo
completed.
21:14. Got Ben 20 in 5:41. Rich going 19:01. Cody in 18:15. TJ at 16:20. All right, we're moving into race number 2. That'll be Art, Nelson, Patrick, Roderick, Martin, King, and George.
AJ Cardinale. King Arroyo. Patrick Brill. Martin Arroyo. George Laxon.
All right, I may need all drivers from the previous group to report to the track. That'll be Jeremy, Anthony, Theo, Ben, Rich, Cody, and TJ.
Nelson B.
All right, this one's Art, Nelson, Patrick, Roderick, Martin, King, and George. All right, folks, loop is going live. All right, Nelson 15-3, Patrick 16-5, George 16-6. We're 30 seconds in, drivers. All right, 40 seconds down. Well, right now it's going to be Nelson on top of the leaderboard, followed by Patrick, George, Martin, Art, and King. Yeah, 50 seconds down, 5:10 to go.
Five minutes left.
All right, we're 1 minute down, 5 minutes to go. Art Cardinale just taking fast lap, 15-1. Got Nelson 15-3, Martin 15-8, Patrick 15-7, George 15-9, King going 15-7. Minute 20 down, 4:40 remains. All right, $1.30 down, 4:30 left. We got Nelson 24:10 for pace. That time by Nelson going 14:9. Got Patrick 23:11, George 23:13, Roderick also 23:13 at the moment. Got Art going 23:14, Martin at 22:08, and King at 22:15. All right, folks, we got 2 minutes down.
4 minutes left.
Right now, it's Nelson, Patrick, George, Art, Roderick, Martin, and King. All right, 2:20 down. Yeah, Nelson now 5 seconds ahead of Patrick. Patrick half a second up on Art. Art half a second ahead of George. George 4 ahead of Martin. Martin 5 ahead of King, and King 0.8 ahead of Roderick. Yeah, 3:20 left, drivers. Nelson, Patrick, Art, George, Martin, Roderick, King, your current running order. All right, drivers, we are approaching 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Nelson 24:11, Patrick 23:08, Art 23:09. Got George 23:12, Martin 22:06, Roderick 22:10, King 22:10. All right, 2:45 remaining, drivers. Nelson now holding down a 6-second lead. Got 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Nelson, Art, Patrick, now your top three. Well, Patrick and Art just .063 apart. This is our closest battle on track here for the 2 spot. 2:15 remains. Nelson, Art, Patrick, George, Martin, King, Roderick, your full running order.
Two minutes left.
A minute 50 to go, drivers. Got Nelson 24:10, Art 23:06, Patrick 23:07, George 23:13, Martin 22:04, King 22:06, Roderick 20:08. Got a minute 30 remaining, drivers. Minute 15 to go. Nelson now 8 seconds ahead of Art. Art 1.1 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 4.8 ahead of George. George 5.8 ahead of Martin. Martin 3 seconds ahead of King. And we got just over 1 minute to go, drivers.
1 minute left.
Nelson, Art, Patrick, George, Martin, King, and Roderick. All right, 40 seconds remaining. $20 seconds to go. What's this battle out here? It looks like Art and Patrick 2.5 seconds apart. Everybody else at least 4 seconds of a gap. 10 seconds remain, drivers. Keep on going. Don't stop early. Careful in the middle, guys.
George Laxon done. AJ Cardinale done. Patrick Brill done. Nelson B done. King Arroyo done. Martin Arroyo done.
All right, that'll be a race, guys. It's going to be Nelson taking that one. 24-12, Art 23-04, Patrick 23-06, George 22 flat, King 22-10, Martin 22-11, Roderick getting 16.
The race is completed.
Okay, we are now moving into race number 3. This one is going to be Brian, Brandon, Tony, Omar, Ryan, Julian, and Jordan.
Rice Cake Supreme.
Yes, we're going to need some turn marshals.
BP. Jordan Rivera. El Tigre. Omar Man and Salsa. Ryan R. Randall. Julian Taylor. All right, we all cars on track, got all of our marshals out here. We're going racing, folks. All right, everybody's now on the clock. We're 15 seconds in. All right, BP, fastest opening lap of 14.2. $35 seconds in, 2 laps in the books for some of our competitors. Right now it's BP out front. All right, 2 laps in for everybody. Right now it's Brandon, Tony, Omar, Jordan, Ryan, Brian, and Julian. Fast lap so far, BP at 14.2. Got Tony 14.7, Omar and Jordan 14.8, Ryan 14.9. 5 minutes left.
Brian at 15.0. Omar that time by 14.8. doing great. Minute 10 down, 4:50 remains. Got BP currently working on a 25:05. Got Tony 24:01. Omar 24:02. Jordan at 24:03. Brian 24:12. Ryan 24:12. And Julian at 22:06. Got minute 40 down. Currently BP 3.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.3 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.1 ahead of Brian. Brian 0.5 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 0.9 ahead of Tony. Tony 5 ahead of Julian. We are now 2 minutes down.
4 minutes left.
$2.10 down, $3.50 to go. Careful in the first double, guys, left side. And that's getting cleared up. Got $3.40 remaining. BP 5.4 ahead of BG. Got Gross 0.8 ahead of Randall. Randall 0.3 ahead of Rabara. Careful, first double, left side. That is getting cleared up. $2.40 down, $3.20 left. Brandon 5 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.8 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 2 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.3 ahead of Tony. Tony 2.2 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.1 ahead of Jordan. We are now 3 minutes in.
3 minutes left.
BP followed by BG and Triple R. Brandon currently at 25:06 for pace. Brian at 24:04. Ryan at 24:13. Tony 23:01. Omar 23:01. Jordan 23:05 and Julian 23:05. Got 2:35 to go. All right, 2:20 remaining. BP now 9 seconds ahead. BG 3 seconds ahead of Ryan. Ryan 1.3 ahead of Omar. Omar up. Omar now 0.2 ahead of Tony. Tony 0.9 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 1.3 ahead of Julian. And Julian 0.3 ahead of Jordan.
2 minutes left.
You heard the man. 2 minutes left. Closest battle here going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Got Omar 1.2 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.1 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 1.4 ahead of Julian. And Julian 0.1 ahead of Jordan. Minute 40 remaining. 100 seconds. And mid-pack battle still going strong here. That's Omar, Tony, Ryan, Jordan, and Julian all fighting for position on the grid. Minute 15 remains, 75 seconds to go. Brandon 25:06, Brian 24:05, Omar 24:12, Tony, Ryan 24:13, Tony 24:14, Jordan 23 flat, Julian 23 flat.
1 minute left.
5 down, 1 to go. That mid-pack battle still going strong. Omar 1.5 ahead of Ryan, Ryan 0.2 ahead of Tony, Tony 0.9 ahead of Julian, and Julian 0.07 ahead of Jordan. 40 seconds remain. $25 seconds to go. $15 seconds. Keep on going, drivers. Wow. Omar, Ryan, Jordan, Julian, and Tony all within probably about 3.5 seconds.
BP done. Omar Man and Salsa done. Rice Cakes Supreme done. LT Gray done. Jordan Rivera done. Julian Taylor done. All drivers
All
are
right,
finished.
that will be a race, guys. It's going to be
Ryan R.
BP
Randall
going
done.
25:06, Brian at 24:04, Omar 24:11, Jordan 24:13, Ryan 24:13, Julian 24:13, and Tony 24:14. All right, folks, I'm going to need you guys
The
to set
race
your
is
buggies
completed.
down. Come on out to turn marshal up next. Let's see, we got another heat of buggy. This one's going to be Anthony, Kevin, Bryant, Cole, Lucas, Roger, and Steve.
Lucas Sichiglowski. Kevin Allen. Roger Seraphin. Steve Liu. Cole Wilson. Anthony Bruno. No.
I forgot about that.
Gunther.
All right, I'm going to need some turn marshals, please. All right, we got some marshals out here. This is race number 4. All right, folks, we're going live loop. All right, fastest opening lap goes to Mirafuente, 14-1. Got Lucas 14A, Roger 14A, Kevin at 15-0, Cole 15-0. 40 seconds in. All right, folks, got 55 seconds down. Got Bryant out front, 26-11 for pace.
5 minutes left.
That time by Bryant going 13-8. That lap was great. Got 110 down, 450 to go. Right now it's Bryant, Cole, Roger, Lucas, Kevin, Steve, and Anthony. Your full running order. Got Bryant 26:07, Cole 25:10, Roger 25:14, Cole 24 flat, Kevin 24:02, Steve 21 flat, Anthony 21:05. Got a minute 40 down. All right, a buck 45 down, 4:15 remaining. Currently, Bryant 4 seconds up on Roger. Roger 0.6 out of Lucas. Lucas 0.05 out of Cole. Cole 1.5 out of Kevin. Kevin 12
4
up on
minutes
Steve.
left.
And Steve 1.5 ahead of Anthony. Yeah, 3:55 to go, drivers. One more car and you're good. All right, 220 down, 340 to go. Bryant Mirafuente leading the way here, 25 flat for pace. Got Roger 25:10, Lucas at 25:13, Cole 25:13. Got Kevin at 24:03, Anthony 22:15, and Steve 21:04. Got 3:15 remaining, drivers. 3:05 remaining.
3 minutes left.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go. Right now we got Bryant 5 seconds ahead of Roger. Roger 1 second ahead of Lucas. Lucas 1.8 ahead of Cole. Cole 2.8 ahead of Kevin. Yeah, Kevin almost a lap up on Bruno, and Bruno 4.4 ahead of Steve. Got 2:40 remaining, drivers. All right, 2:25 to go. Brian, Roger, Lucas, Cole, Kevin, Anthony, and Steve, your full running order. Got 2:15 remaining, drivers. This is race number 4 on track. Got truck up next.
Two minutes left.
4 down, 2 to go. Bryant 25 flat, Roger 25.10, Lucas 25.14, Cole 24 flat, Kevin 24.08, Anthony 23.12, and Steve 22.14. Mirafuente is still holding fast lap at 13.8. We got Roger 14.5, Lucas 14.7, Cole 14.3, Kevin 14.8, Bruno 14.5, and Steve 14.9. Minute 30 remaining, drivers. Minute 20 to go. All right, drivers, we are now 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
Bryant 25 flat, Roger 25.10, Cole 25.14, Lucas 24 flat, Kevin 24.08, Bruno 23.15, and Steve 22.04. 45 seconds to go, drivers. Twenty seconds to go, drivers. Mirafuente continuing to lead. Now 9 seconds up on the field. Closest battle here looks to be Lucas versus Cole. They're 1.1 apart. Time has expired. Keep on going, drivers. Keep going. Keep going.
Steve Lung done. Roger Seraphin done. Cole Wilson done. Anthony Bruno no done. Lucas Sichiglowski done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that'll be a race,
Kevin
guys.
Allen done.
It'll be Brian going 25 flat, Roger 25.09, Lucas 25.14, Cole 24.02, Kevin 24.11, Bruno 23.10, and Steve 22.01. All right, folks, up next is going to be Stadium Truck.
The race is completed.
The race is completed. Now on to the next race, 13.5 Truck.
Patrick Brill. Nelson B. Rice Cake Supreme. George Laxon. BP.
All right, this is Stadium Truck on track. Waiting for a few more trucks to get checked in. Also,
Jordan
if I
Rivera.
get some turn marshals on track, please.
Gumpin. Julian Taylor.
All right, folks, it's truck time. Everyone's pulling aside the universal sign of we're ready to go. All right, folks, we'll be going live loop here in just a moment. That doesn't sound good. We got Brian going 15-7, Brian going 15-0, Patrick 15-8, Brandon 16-2, Jordan 16-7, Nelson the 19, Julian a 15-3. All right, we're 30 seconds in. All right, it's going to be, let's see, let these guys complete lap 2. All right, it's going to be BG out front, followed by Bryant, Brandon, Julian, Jordan, Patrick, George, and Nelson. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull my truck out of the mothballs
5 minutes left.
Give it a run again one of these days. I haven't touched my truck since the Roar Regional. I don't even remember when that was. Jeez. Yeah, that was the last time I drove my truck. Got a minute 15 in, 4:45 to go. Got Brian Mirafuente going 14-7. New hot lap. BG going 14-8. Julian a 15-1. BP 15-0. Jordan 15-4. Patrick 15-5. George going 16-3. Nelson 15-9. Got a $140 down. Right now, Bryant on a 24.04 for pace. Got Brian on a 24.06. Julian 24.14. Jordan 23.04. Brandon 23.07. Patrick 23.12. George 21.03. Nelson also 21.03. Mirafuente going 14.6 that time by.
4 minutes left.
2 down, 4 to go. So a race leader out there running blue and yellow. I believe that's a T7 under the hood. Got BG at 22XT. Julian Taylor also running a 22XT. Got Rabar, I believe he's running a T64 still. No? Oh, I'm going to have to go check out what's going on in Jordan's pit later. Yeah, 2:30 down, 3:30 to go. Careful, first double, first double. Careful at the first double, guys. All right, that is clear. 2:45 down, 3:15 to go. Bryant's out front. He's 1.1 ahead of Brian. Brian 5 ahead of Julian. Julian 3 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 3 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1 ahead of Jordan.
3 minutes left.
Jordan 5 ahead of Nelson, and Nelson 3.2 ahead of George. 2:50 remaining on the clock. Brian 24.02, close to a 25 lopper here. Got Brian 24.05, Julian 23 flat, Brandon 23.04, Patrick 23.13, Jordan 22.01, Nelson 22.08, George 21.05. 2:30 remaining in this race. Brian now just 0.9 ahead of Brian. Got 2:15 to go, drivers. All right, folks, we are now 4 minutes in.
2 minutes left.
Bryant 24.02, Brian 24.04, Julian 23 flat, Brandon 23.01, Patrick 23.15, Jordan 23.15, Nelson 22.02, George 21.08. Careful up front, in the middle. Up front in the middle, guys, be careful.
Minute 35 remains. Coast is clear. Got Brian Gross now. 1 second up on Bryant. Oh, minute 20 to go. BG's pace now. 24:05. Bryant 24:06. BP 23:01. Julian at 23:03. Jordan 23:13. Nelson 22:02. Patrick 22:06. George 21:08. All right, folks, we're now 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
"45 seconds remaining, drivers. And the round is not quite over yet. We got Mod Buggy up next. After Mod Buggy, we're going right back into round 2. No break. Be ready. 30 seconds to go, drivers. Brian now 0.062 ahead of Bryant. That is the gap right now. Time about to expire. Turn one, turn one.
Rice Cakes Supreme done. Patrick Brill done. Julian Taylor done. Goompa done. George Laxon done. Jordan Rivera done. BP done. All
And
drivers
that will
are
be
finished.
a race, drivers. Got
Nelson
BG
B.
going
done.
24:05. Bryant's going 24:12. Brandon at 24:20. Got Julian at 23:02. Jordan 23:09. Nelson 23:19. Patrick 22:06. George 21:07. All right, folks. I'm going to need you guys to set those trucks down. Come on out and turn, Marshall. We got Mod Buggy up next.
The race is completed.
Modified Buggy. TJ, this is modified. All good. We'll be going race 1 right after this, though. Yeah, it's not often we have modified on Wednesday, but it's a welcome addition to the program. This one's going to be Tony Cole Bryant, King and Brandon. Well, one of these days, eventually, I'll get a 17.5 car together again. I wouldn't mind throwing a little bit of boost on it. I mean, I can drive a boosted 17.5. Well, once you start putting more power than that in my car, it's just not good. Yeah, who knows? Maybe 2 Wednesdays from now, I'll have someone announce modified or something. It's just going to be a boosted 17.5, though. Pre-warning.
King Arroyo.
You don't want to see me drive a 7.0 or a 6.0. No. I don't think anybody wants to see that. I also don't think anyone wants to pay for that either. It's just hard on the car. Yeah, I mean, I got numbness in the extremities, so it's easier said than done.
I gotta say though, yeah, I'm definitely over the hill when it comes to driving. I'm definitely on the downslope. I got 1.5 feet. 1 foot firmly planted and one with most of the toes touching.
BP.
All right. Tony, you gonna make it? Okay. All right, guys, we're going live loop. All right. Got King going 18-8. BP a 17-3. And Cole, well, Cole for 14-8. The definitely the best opening lap by a margin. But Goomba responds to 14-2. Cole responds 14-6. BP getting closer to the 14s there. I think this time we'll see a 14. All right, there we go. Cole going 14-1, Bryant 14-2, Brandon 14-6, King going 15-7.
5 minutes left.
It looks like BP may be doing some radio adjustments. Cole 14-0. Bryant going 13-8. All right, folks, 125 down, 4:35 to go. Cole going 13-9 that time by. All right, Cole, Brian, Brandon, King, your full running order. I need a little help on the ride. Thank you, sir. So Cole currently lapping at a 26:10 for pace. Got Brian 24:01, King at 21:04, Brandon 21:12.
4 minutes left.
All right, 3:55 to go. All right, 225 down, 3:35 to go. All right, Mir Fuente going 13-8 that time by. Careful on the left. So right now, got 3:15 to go. Announce the paces once everyone gets another lap in here. All right, Cole Wilson currently 25:07. Got Brian Mirafonte at 25:14. 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Yeah, King 22:15. Brandon 22:16. So Cole currently 2 seconds ahead of Bryant. And then we got, well, now it's going to be Brandon 0.6 ahead of King. 2:45 left, drivers. All right, 2:35 to go. And it's going to be Goomba now to the top spot. Oh, backing it in there. Almost a reverse entry. That'd be kind of hard to pull off on carpet. Unless you're wearing like bald tires. Yeah, 2:10 to go, drivers. All right, now it's Cole, Bryant, Brandon, and King. Got Cole going 13-8 that time by. And that's the fastest 13-8 that we've seen so far.
Cole clocking in at 13.827. We got Bryant at 13.843. Got BP at 14.6 and King with a 15.4. And Cole going 13.7 that time by. Got a minute 30 to go, drivers. 90 seconds left. All right. Oh, it's going to be Bryant now taking over the top spot. Right now, Bryant up by 2 seconds. Cole a lap up on Brandon. Brandon a lap up on King. Got 1:05 to go, drivers. We're now 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
$50 seconds remain. After this, we are going right back into race number 1. Race number 1 is up next. 40 seconds remain. Got Brian 2.5 ahead of Cole. Cole 28 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 22 ahead of King. With 25 seconds left. Ten seconds left, drivers.
Goomba done. King Arroyo done. BP done. Cole Wilson done.
All right, and that will be a race. Gonna be Bryant taking that one, 25.09. Cole going 25.11. Brandon 23.14. King 21.15.
The race is completed.
All right, folks, we are going into race number 1. All right, it'll take me a second here to get it set up. Also give Tony a second to get a few laps in.
Ten quartet.
All right, this
Jeremy
is
Biden.
race number 1. That's going to be Jeremy, Anthony, Theo, Ben, Rich,
Wright.
Cody, and TJ.
Cody Kirk.
Turn marshals will be my modified buggy drivers.
TJ Cordero. Ben St. John.
All right, I'm going to need some turn marshals, guys. I'm going to need a little help.
Anthony Zachiglowski.
All right, I'm going to need a little help out here, please. We need a few more turn marshals. All right, let's line them up right side of the track, guys, before the start-finish line. Starting on up here for this race. If I can get you guys to back up a little bit, please. If I can get you guys to back up a little, please. All right, order is going to be Jeremy 1, Anthony 2, Theo 3, Ben 4, Rich 5, Cody 6, TJ 7.
All right, folks, we're going with Jeremy on the tone. Anthony, Theo, Ben, Rich, Cody, and TJ. Wow, that was nice. Good job, King. Oh, we got Andrew in here too.
Andrew Ivanova.
Surprise racer. All right. Whoa. All right, 45 down, 5:15 remains. All right, go ahead. Got 55 down, 5:05 to go. Just about 1 minute in.
5 minutes left.
All right, now it's Jeremy out front, 22:08. Got Andrew, 21:12. Ben, 20:07. Anthony, 19:15. Cody, 18:01. Theo, 18:04. TJ, 17:17. Got minute 15 down, 4:45 to go. All right, a minute 25 in, 4:35 to go. All right, we got Carlos C. Cortez in the house. He'll be signing autographs for the next 5 minutes. We got a couple of racers from our dirt track days in the house. Anthony Bruno in the house. Got Carlos Cortez in the house. Good stuff. Good to see you guys tonight. Hopefully we'll see Cortez with a transmitter soon. That'd be awesome. 2 minutes down, 4 minutes left. Right now it's Jeremy out front, 22:03. Ben, 21:01. Andrew, 20:02. Theo, 20:13. Cody, 19:16. Anthony, 18:03. TJ, 17:06. Rich, 16:01. Careful, turn one, turn one. That is clear. All right, fast lap of this race can be Anthony at 15:05. All right, 3:25 to go, drivers. All right, 3:10 remaining. Jeremy currently 5 seconds ahead of Ben. Ben 4.5 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 6.5 ahead of Theo. Theo 3.2 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 10 ahead of Cody.
left.
Cody 6.4 ahead of TJ. TJ 5.7 ahead of Rich. We got 2:50 to go, drivers. Just past halfway. All right, 2:40 to go. $3.30 down, 2:30 to go. Jeremy, Ben, Andrew, Theo, Anthony, Cody, Rich, and TJ. Got 2:10 remaining, drivers. 2:10 remaining. Careful up front, guys. That's clear.
2 minutes left.
Man, I wish I could run and jump like King. I wish. Talk about being over the hill. All right, a minute 40 to go, drivers. Got Jeremy 22:08 for pace. Got Ben going 21:02. Andrew 21:17. Theo 20:03. Anthony 19:05. Cody 18:13. Rich 18:20. TJ 17:15. A minute 20 remaining, drivers. Oh, careful in the middle. Careful in the middle. That is clear.
Just over 1 minute to go, drivers. We are now 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
All right, Jeremy, Ben, Andrew, Theo, Anthony, Rich, Cody, and TJ, your full running order. Hey, Andrew dipping into the 15s, 15-8. Yeah, Jeremy going 16-0. Ben a 16-1. 30 seconds remain, drivers. This is race number 1 on track. Got race 2 up next. $15 to go. 5 seconds left.
Ben St. John done. Jeremy Vitek done. Rich Bright done. Anthony Zachiglowski done.
Careful at the end of the straight, guys. Careful at the end of the straight.
Quartet done. TJ Cordero done. Andrew Ivanova done.
All right, orange and white still on the clock. Keep going, Cody. Keep going. And
All
that
drivers
will
are
be a
finished.
race, drivers.
Cody
It's
Kirk
going to be
done.
Jeremy taking the W there. 22:08. Ben goes 21:01. Andrew 21:11.
The
Theo
race is
21:14. Anthony 20:10. Rich 18:03. Cody 18:29. And TJ 17:11. All right, folks. I may need you to set your buggies down. Come on out to turn, Marshall. Up next is race number 2.
AJ Cardinale.
Oh, geez.
Martin Arroyo. George Laxon. Patrick Brill. Nelson B.
All right, I need a little bit of help on the right side. If you guys just raced that last one, I need you on track, please.
King Arroyo. Roderick McLeod.
All right, we got everybody checked in here. Looks like we got our marshals out here as well. All right, folks, starting lineup for this one is going to be Nelson starting first on the tone. Then we're going to go Art 2, Patrick 3, George 4, King 5, Martin 6, Roderick 7. All right, folks, wait for your name to be called. Nelson, Art, Patrick, George, King, Martin, and Roderick. All right, fastest opening lap goes to Nelson, 15-2. Got King at 15-6, Patrick 15-7. 40 seconds in. All right, we're 50 seconds in. Got Nelson out front, followed by King Patrick Art, Roderick George Martin. Nelson going 15-2 once again. We're 1 minute down, 5 to go. Nelson's pace currently 24:05. Got King in the 2 spot, 23:03. Roderick 23:06. Art 23:06. Patrick 23:07, George 23:11, Martin 21 at the moment. Got 4:40 to go, drivers. Nelson, King, Art, Roderick, Patrick, George, and Martin. All right, $135 in, 4:25 to go. Right now, Nelson 3.3 ahead of King. Got King 0.4 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1.8 ahead of Art. Art 0.2 ahead of George. George 0.5 ahead of Roderick. And Roderick 4.6 ahead of Martin. We're now 2 minutes in.
4 minutes left.
Nelson going 14.9 last time by. Roderick goes new PR 15.1. 2:10 down, 3:50 left. This is race 2 on track. Race number 2. I believe race 3 is going to be most of our truck. Got all of our truck guys here in race 2 and 3. Yeah, 2:30 down, 3:30 left. All right, Nelson 5 ahead of King. King 2 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 2.2 ahead of George. George 3.2 ahead of our 0.5 ahead of Roderick. Roderick 1 ahead of Martin. Got 3:10 to go, drivers. Okay, we are now 3 minutes in.
3 minutes left.
All right, Nelson 24:08, King 23:05, Patrick 23:07, George 22:03, Art 22:03, Roderick 22:08, Martin 22:09. All right, we got 3:40 down, 2:20 to go. Close battles on track. We got King and Patrick now 0.1 apart, battling for the 2 spot. Then battling for the 4 spot, we got Art and George just 0.3 apart. All right, folks, we're approaching 2 minutes left. We are now 4 minutes in.
2 minutes left.
Nelson 24:07, King 23:06, Patrick 23:07, Art 22 flat, George 22:03, Martin 22:09, and Roderick 22:11. All right, 1:30 remains, 90 seconds left. So Nelson now 10 seconds ahead of Patrick. Patrick 9 ahead of George. George 0.4 ahead of Art. Art 2.5 ahead of King. King 2.8 ahead of Martin. And Martin 0.6 ahead of Roderick. 1:10 to go, 70 seconds left. All right, folks, 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
Race number 3, be ready. Nice catch, Jeremy. Got 45 seconds to go. $35 seconds left. Nelson, Patrick, Art, King, George, Martin, and Roderick. $20 seconds to go. $10 seconds left. Nelson going 14.8 that last time around. New hot lap.
AJ Cardinale done. Nelson B done. Patrick Brill done. George Laxon done. King Arroyo done. Roderick McLeod
All
done.
right, that will be a race,
All
guys.
drivers are finished.
Wow.
Martin Arroyo done.
So we got Nelson going 24:07, Patrick 23:05, Art 22:02, George 22:08, King 22:09, Martin 22:10, Roderick 21:06. Wow, King finished ahead of Martin by just 1/10 of a second. And I think Martin Arroyo is getting quicker. Just saying.
The race is completed.
All right, this one's going to be BP, BG,
Julian
Omar,
Taylor.
Jordan, Ryan, Julian, and Tony.
Rice Cakes Supreme. Jordan Rivera. BP. Ryan R. Randall. Omar Man and Salsa.
All right, if I can get all my drivers from the previous group, I need all you guys to come on out and help. Tony, you gonna make this one? Maybe. Okay. That's an honest answer. Okay. I got 20 fingers and toes. Yeah, that's a good question for y'all. Are thumbs fingers or are they limbs? Is a hot dog a sandwich? That would be a great debate topic. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Exactly. It's not. So nor is a hot dog, right? It's a hot dog. That's a good point. Yeah, a hot dog could be a sub. It's on a bun. But then a sub is a sandwich, so that would technically make a hot dog a sandwich in that regard. So the debate rages on. If you are listening online, feel free to chime in the comments. Do you feel like a hot dog is a sandwich? I already forgot the other question. All right, got everybody on track? All right, folks, going Brandon 1, Brian 2, Omar 3, Jordan 4, Ryan 5, Julian 6, Tony 7. Brian, Omar, Jordan, Ryan, Julian, Tony. Fastest opening lap goes to Jordan at 15:02.8, got BP at 15:03.9, but he responds with a 14.5. Jordan responds as well, 14.6. BG going 14.8. Julian 15.1. Omar 15.0. Tony at 15.4. Ryan at 15.4. 45 seconds in. BP out front. We are now 1 minute in.
5 minutes left.
Right now, Brandon, 4 laps in the books, 25:07 is the pace. BG 25:11, Jordan 25:13, Omar 24:02, Julian 24:02, Tony 24:12, and Ryan 22:07. A minute 20 down and 4:40 left. Brandon, Jordan, Omar, Julian, Tony, Brian, and Ryan, your full order here. BP going 14-4 that time around. All right, we're at buck 40 down. Brandon, Omar, Jordan, Julian, Brian, Tony, and Ryan. Buck 50 in. All right, we are now 2 minutes down.
4 minutes left.
BP 3.4 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.6 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1 second ahead of Brian. Brian 2 seconds ahead of Julian. Julian 1.4 ahead of Tony. And Tony 1.3 ahead of Ryan. Got 2:15 down, 3:45 to go. All right, we got 3:30 to go. BP going 14-2. Yes, it's true. If I was BP, I'd be running this car in mod too. Yeah, BP looking really good with the 17.5 car tonight. That thing is dialed. Got 3:10 to go, drivers. BP 25:04. Got Omar 24:03. Brian 24:05. Jordan also 24:05. Got Julian 24:10. Tony 24:12. Ryan 23:06. $250 to go. All right, BP, Omar, Brian, Jordan, Julian, Tony, and Ryan. Got 2:35 remaining here. This is race 3 on track. All right, race number 4 is up next. Operating the races in sequential order tonight. If we ever decide to do otherwise, I will be sure to let you know. 2:15 remains. BP 25:05. Omar going 24:02. Jordan 24:03. Brian 24:05. Julian 24:08. Tony 24:09. Ryan 23:01. All right, 1:40 to go, drivers. BP out front. Race leader driving that orange and gray car. Second place right now, gonna be the silver, orange, and blue of Omar Manansala. Keeping the salsa spicy. 1:20 remaining, drivers. All right, $1:10 to go, 70 seconds. Brandon, Brian, Omar, your top 3. Brandon up by 11 seconds. 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
BP up 11 seconds on the field. Brian 0.05 ahead of Omar. Omar 1.4 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1 second ahead of Tony. Tony 0.3 ahead of Julian. And Julian 4.5 ahead of Ryan. Got 40 seconds left, drivers. Omar showing some good pace here. $25 seconds remain, drivers. So right now, Brian 1.8 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1 ahead of Julian. And Julian 1.8 ahead of Tony. That is going to be our 2 through 6 battle here. Time is about to expire. Keep going, drivers. Keep going. Keep going.
Rice Cakes Supreme done. BP done. Omar Man and Salsa done. Jordan Rivera done. Julian Taylor done. LT Gray done.
And
All
that will
drivers
be a
are finished.
race. BP
Ryan R.
2506, Brian 2402, Omar 2404, Jordan 2404, Julian 2406, Tony 2406, Ryan 2410.
The race is completed.
Okay, we're moving into race number 4. This one's going to be Bryant, Roger, Lucas, Cole, Kevin, Anthony, and Steve.
Kevin Allen.
Yeah, right?
Steve Loom. Cole Wilson. Roger Serafin. Lucas Sichiglowski. Anthony Bruno no. Gumpa.
All right, folks, let's line them up. All cars on the right before the start-finish line. Starting order this round. Going Bryant 1, Roger 2, Lucas 3, Cole 4, Kevin 5, Anthony 6, Steve 7. All right, it's going to be Bryant on the tone. Roger, Lucas, Cole, Kevin, Anthony, and Steve. All right, fastest opening lap goes to Anthony Bruno out of 14.5. Got Kevin at 14.9, Cole 14.9, Roger 14.8, Steve at 15.2. All right, 45 seconds in. All right, we're now 3 laps in.
5
it's gonna be
minutes left.
Roger Serafin out front. 24 flat for pace. Got Steve 2406, Bruno 2410, Cole at 2415, Kevin at 2301, Lucas 2304, Bryant at the moment at 21. That's what a bad lap will do to the pace early in the run. If you have a bad lap in your first 4 or 5 laps, the pace just looks comically bad. All right, 130 down, 430 to go. Roger now, 25 lap pace in the works. Got Roger out there running the shiny red with the white, blue, and yellow. Got Cole Wilson up to the 2. Cole on 2 wheels. Why does that always happen to Cole? That's definitely not the first time I've
4
seen that
minutes
happen
left.
to Cole. So we got Serafin out front. All right, yeah, you're good to go. All right, 340 remaining. Got Roger 3.4 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 0.7 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 0.9 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 5 ahead of Steve. Steve 1.7 ahead of Cole. And Cole 3 up on Bryant. Got 2:30 down, 3:30 to go. All right, Cole Wilson just reset fast lap of this qualifier out of 14.1.
Three minutes left.
All right, 3:05 down, 2:55 to go. Roger 25:11 in the works, Anthony 24:05, Lucas 24:06, Kevin 24:09, Steve 23 flat, Bryant 23:08, Cole 23:09. All right, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. All right, 2:10 remaining. Roger 25:13 in the works, 4 minutes
Two
in.
minutes left.
Roger 25:13, Bruno 24:03, Lucas 24:04, Kevin 24:09, Steve 24:13. Yeah, a minute 45 to go, drivers. Got Stadium Truck up next. Minute 35 left in this qualifier. Roger now 3 ahead of Anthony. Anthony half a second up on Lucas. Lucas 3.5 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 2.8 ahead of Steve. Steve 3 ahead of Cole. A minute 20 to go, drivers.
One minute left.
All right, 50 seconds to go. Roger 25:11. Bruno 24:01. Lucas 24:02. Kevin 24:07. Steve 24:11. Cole also 24:11. Got 30 seconds left, drivers. Roger going 14:1 last time by. $15 seconds left. All right, time is about to expire, but keep on going, drivers. Keep going.
Lucas Sichiglowski done. Anthony Bruno no done. Kevin Allen done. Roger Seraphin done. Cole Wilson done. All drivers
And
are
that'll be a
finished.
race, guys. Roger taking
Steve
the W
done.
here, 25:10. Got Anthony 24 flat, Lucas 24:01, Kevin 24:06, Steve 24:11, Cole
The race is
24:13,
completed.
Bryant getting 14 laps. All right, we are now moving into truck. Okay. Gotcha. All right, this is race number 5, Stadium Truck. Oh, yeah. It's time to truck around.
Patrick Brill. George Laxon. Rice Cakes Supreme. Julian Taylor. Nelson B. Jordan Rivera.
Relating to our earlier question regarding hot dogs being sandwiches, got another one for you. Is cereal a soup? Think about it. Is cereal a soup? I'm getting some strong no's. But think about it. Think about it. All right. That's what I'm thinking, BG. All right. So, got everybody who's going to make this one here. We're going to go racing. Brian 1, Brian 2, Julian 3, Jordan 4, Nelson 5, Patrick 6, George 7. All right. BG on the tone. Bryant, Julian, Jordan, Nelson, Patrick, and George. This is Stadium Truck on track. Okay, this one's a little ludicrous, but are Pop-Tarts ravioli? Okay, that's just ludicrous. Yeah, Pop-Tarts, that's a pastry. Ravioli has to have cheese, right? I mean, not necessarily, but all good ravioli has cheese. Although, I will say, if you know of a good ravioli without cheese, feel free to bring me some. Prove me wrong. I like good food. All right, we got BG on top of the board.
Left.
1 minute down. And Bryant now taking it over. Right now, Bryant 24:07 for pace. Got Julian 24:15, Jordan 23:01, Brian 23:01, Nelson 23:03, Patrick 22:05, George 21 flat. All right, $1.40 down. Got Bryant currently 2.7 ahead of Brian. Brian half a second ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.2 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1 second. Oh, things changing as I speak. Right now it's Bryant, Brian, Julian, Nelson, Patrick, Jordan, and George. We got 2 minutes down.
4 minutes left.
All right, let's try it again. Got Brian 2.8 ahead of Brian. Brian 2.8 ahead of Julian. Julian, wow, 2.8 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 0.5 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.2 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 4 ahead of George. 2:15 down, 3:45 left. Got Mira Fuente 24:05. We got Brian at 24:13. Taylor going 23:06. B going 22 flat. Rabar 22:01. Burrow 22:12. Loxton at 22:15. Got 3:20 remaining drivers. Here's a good question. Does a straw
3
have
minutes left.
1 hole or 2? Got 3 minutes down, 3 minutes to go, drivers. Brian 24:03, got Brian 24:10. Julian 23:01, Nelson 23:15, Jordan 22:01, Patrick 22:08, George 22:15.
right, we got 2:20 remaining, drivers. Brian currently 3.2 ahead of Brian. Brian 7 seconds ahead of Julian. Julian 3.6 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3.6 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 8 ahead of George. BG just set fast lap of 14.7.
2 minutes left.
4 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. Got Brian, Julian, top 3, followed by Nelson, Jordan, Patrick, George. Minute 45 remains. And Brian now taking back fast lap, saying, that's my fast lap. Mine. All right, minute 35 to go, drivers. Yeah, Brian can definitely do the carpet moist better than I. I'll let him demonstrate after the race is over. 1:20 to go, drivers. Got Brian 24:03, Brian 24:07, Julian 23:03, Nelson 23:11, Jordan 23:14, Patrick 22:06, George 21:03.
1 minute left.
1 minute to go. Got Bryant making his way across the line. We got Bryant 3.4 ahead of Brian at the stage of the race. Brian 11 ahead of Julian. Julian 4 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 1.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 10 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 7.5 ahead of George. 35 seconds left, drivers. Got modified buggy after this one. BG going 14.5 that time by. Right now, Bryant and Brian 2.9 apart. Bryant to 24:03 versus Brian's 24:06. 5 seconds left. Careful up front, careful up front. Careful up front, careful up front.
Rice Cakes Supreme done.
That's clear.
George Laxon done. Julian Taylor done. Nelson B done. Patrick Brill done.
And that'll be a race,
All
guys.
drivers are finished.
Got Brian going 24:03. Brian going 24:06. Nelson 23:09. Julian 23:10. Jordan 23:12. Patrick 22:07. George 21:02. Hey, Cortez, I'll give you $5 for that truck. Oh, man. And you just won with it.
The race is completed.
A while ago, but I remember the first car of tomorrow race in NASCAR. Kyle Busch won, and right after the race said, "This car sucks."
Goompa. Cole Wilson.
All right, we got Bryant. We got Brandon. We got Cole. Is anybody else going to race Mod Buggy?
BP.
All right, and should have some stadium truck marshals out here too. I need a little bit of help. Yeah, where'd the stadium truck go? Is this it? Yeah, there's a couple back-to-backs. Just a couple, though.
El Tigre.
All right, folks, let's line them up, beginning of the straightaway. All right, it's going to be Bryant 1, Cole 2, Brandon 3, Tony 4. All right, we're going with Bryant on the tone. Cole, Brandon, and Tony. All right, this is Mod Buggy. All right, got Cole 14-1, Bryant 14-3, Brandon up 14-7, Tony a 15-7. All right, 45 in, 5:15 to go. Whoa, careful on the back straight.
5 minutes left.
And he sticks the landing. Man, that was definitely a 9. So Bryant out front. That's going to be Cole now taking a turn out front. We're a minute 20 down, 4:40 to go. Wow. Dude, that was sick. Do it again, do it again. I'll buy you an ice cream if you do it again. Got a minute 30 down, 4:30 to go. Got Bryant out front. That slap back action. 14-0, that's on by for your race leader. Bryant now 25.05 for pace. Got Cole 25.06 right there with him. Got BP 24 flat and Tony 22.13.
4 minutes left.
Oh, BP on the verge of a 25 lapper here. Yeah, 2 minutes down, 4 minutes left. Bryant, another 14-0. Cole a 14-0. These guys just 1/10 of a second apart. 25.02 for pace. Got BP 25.14 now. And Tony 22.04. .240 down, 3:20 left. Right now it is Bryant out front. Cole went so dang fast, he missed a lap. It's all good. Got that covered. Got 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Bryant 26.13, Cole 25.02, Brandon 24.01, Tony 22.03. Careful up front, guys. Careful up front. 2:40 to go. All right, now it's Cole 3 seconds up on Bryant. Bryant 4 seconds ahead of Brandon. Brandon will hop up on Tony. Got 2:25 to go, drivers. All right, 2:10 remains. All right, 2 minutes to go. I'll have to check the replay on that one. Was it as sick as the last one? Wow. Okay, yeah, that was just over 2 minutes to go in the second round. We'll have to take a look at that later. I wish we had like an instant replay feature. That'd be pretty awesome. I'm dreaming there. Yeah, a minute 30 to go, 90 seconds left. Cole going 13-6 last time by. Trouble for your race leader, however. All right, across the line, Cole's still holding on to it. So Cole's still up on TQ as well. You got a minute 10 to go. Wilson 25.05, Mirafonte 25.07, Perea 24.01, and Tony 23.11.
1 minute left.
And Goomba flips it. 50 seconds remain. Yeah, 45 seconds to go. This time by Cole 25.05, Brian 25.08, Brandon 24 flat, Tony 23.10. 20 seconds remain. All right, 5 seconds left, drivers. Keep on going.
Cole Wilson done. Goomba done.
And Cole taking over TQ, going 25.05. Our last two cars making their way across the stripe.
Done.
And that'll be a race.
All drivers are finished.
Cole 25.05, Brian
done.
25.07, Brandon 25.14, and Tony 23.12.
The race is completed.
All right, folks, get the main set up here. Take a short break and get right back to it.
Andrew Ivanova.
All right, folks, so our D group is going to be
Andrew
Ben,
Ivanova.
Roderick, Anthony, Andrew, Theo, Rich, Cody, and TJ. You guys will be race 1. Race 2 will be our C group, Steve, Art, Patrick, George, Jeremy, King, and Martin. Our B group tonight will be Omar, Jordan, Kevin, Julian, Tony, Nelson, and Ryan. And our A group will be Bryant, Brandon, Roger, Lucas, Anthony, Brian, and Cole. We'll be taking one bump up from each lower main. All right, we'll get this party started. I'll give you guys about 5 minutes. Get this going about 5 minutes. Our D main race 1, Ben, Roderick, Anthony, Andrew, Theo, Rich, Cody, and TJ. 5 minutes, guys. All right, folks. Y'all ready to race? All right, race number 1. That's going to be Ben, Roderick, Anthony, Andrew, Theo, Rich, Cody, and TJ.
10 car 10. Ben St. John. Cody Kirk. Rich Bright. TJ Cordero.
All right, I'm going to need turn marshals from Modified Buggy.
Anthony Zachiglowski.
I'm going to need some turn marshals, guys. Race number 1 in warm-up. All right, turn marshals going to be Cole, Bryant, Brandon, Tony, and King. I'm going to need you guys out here, please.
Roderick McLeod.
King, I'm going to need your help on this one, please. All right, lineup is going to be Ben on the number 1, Roderick on the number 2, Anthony 3, Andrew 4, Theo 5, Rich 6, Cody 7, TJ 8. All right, folks, grid is good. Almost good. I guess Andrew's not there yet. Andrew, you're going to line up on the 4. There we go. All cars on the grid, drivers ready. We're going racing, less than 5. Here we go. A little trouble for Ben on the opening quarter. That is going to put Anthony to the top spot. Roderick in the 2, Ben back to the 3. They take the winner of this one to the next race, our C-main event. The race to keep on racing, winner continues on. 25 seconds down. Got Anthony out front driving the pink and green. Roderick in the 2, followed by Ben, Theo, Rich, Andrew, TJ, and Cody. 40 seconds in. All right, fast lap going to Anthony, 15-5. Got Roderick 15-7, Ben 16-6, Theo 16-4. All right, 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
Anthony, Roderick, Ben, Theo, Andrew, Rich, Cody, TJ. All right, 1:10 down, 4:45 remains. And trouble for your leader. That's going to move him back to the 3 spot. Yeah, 1:20 down, 4:35 to go. All right, Roderick now to the top spot. That's the yellow ride with the red stripes. 140 down. Roderick 4 seconds up on Theo. Got Theo this time by 1.6 ahead of Anthony. Anthony 1.9 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 1.3 ahead of Ben. Careful in the middle up front, guys. Up front, in the middle. 2 minutes in.
4 minutes left.
Roderick, Theo, Anthony, Andrew, Ben, Rich, Cody, TJ. All right, 3:45 remaining, drivers. Yeah, 2:30 down, 3:30 to go. Fast lap being set by Anthony at 15.5. Oh, until I said that, Andrew going 15.3. All right, we got 3:15 to go, drivers. 3:10 remaining. Roderick going 15.4 that last pass. Race leader driving yellow with the red stripes. Got Theo Lynn in the
3
two,
minutes
driving
left.
the highlighter yellow. 3 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. And we got ourselves a battle for that 2 spot now. Theo versus Andrew down the back straight. Andrew winning the drag race there. Oh, but he gets caught on that dot. That's going to allow Theo back by. Careful up front, guys. That is clear. 2:30 to go. All right, 2:25 remaining, drivers. Oh, careful in the rollers, guys. Careful in the rollers. 2:10 remains.
Two minutes left.
All right, Roderick, Andrew, Theo, Ben, Anthony, Rich, Cody, and TJ, your full order here. Roderick now 12 seconds up on Andrew. Andrew 4.5 ahead of Theo. Theo 0.1 ahead of Ben. Yeah, Ben. Wow, Ben just ahead of Anthony now. Yeah, 1:40 to go, drivers. Oh, race leader with a barrel roll. That was a flat ground barrel roll at that. 1:20 to go. All right, 1:10 remains. We're now 5 minutes in.
1 minute left.
Roderick, Andrew, Theo, followed by Anthony, Ben, Rich, Cody, and TJ. All right, 40 seconds remaining. Right now, our closest battle looks to be Theo versus Anthony. 20 seconds remain, drivers. 10 seconds.
Andrew Ivanova done. TJ Cordero done. 10 Quartet done. Roderick McLeod done. Anthony Zachiglowski done. Rich Bright done.
That'll be
Cody
a race,
Kirk done.
guys. Gonna be Roderick
All drivers
making his
are
way to the
finished.
C-main event.
Ben St. John
Podium
done.
for this one will be Andrew, Theo, and Anthony. Rest of the order will be Ben, Rich, Cody, and TJ.
The race is completed.
All right, C-Main is up next.
AJ Cardinale, King Arroyo, Steve Loom, Martin Arroyo, George Laxon, Jeremy Vidig,
All right, I may need all my drivers from that last group to come on out and marshal, except for Roderick, of course. He's in this one. Hey, can somebody take our podium photos for us tonight? Cool, thank you, Kev. Hey, do I have all my drivers from the last race? I may need your help, guys. Our lineup for this one is going to be Steve 1, Art 2, Patrick 3, George 4, Jeremy 5, King 6, Martin 7, Roderick 8.
Roderick McLeod,
All right, cool. Got Andrew. I got a Theo. How about an Anthony? Hey, Theo. Let's get you in the middle next to TJ. And do I have Anthony out here? There you are. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Yeah, one of the corners. Cool. All right, folks, grid is set. Drivers ready. We're going racing. Less than 5. Here we go. All right, 15 seconds in. We got Steve out front just ahead of Art, who's just ahead of Patrick. We got 25 seconds down now. Race leader making his way through the chicane, over the hill, around the bend, and down the back straight. All right, Steve going 15.3 that time by. He's now 1.2 ahead of Art. Art 0.8 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1 ahead of George. Yeah, 45 seconds down. All right, 50 seconds in. All right, we are now 1 minute in.
5 minutes left.
It's going to be Steve, Art, Patrick, George, Martin, King, Roderick, and Jeremy, your full order. Got a minute 10 down, 4:50 remaining here. This is race 2 on track, our C main event. Winner of this one goes on to the B. All right, Steve 1.2 ahead of Art, Art 0.3 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 3 ahead of George, George 2.5 ahead of Martin, Martin 4 ahead of Roderick. All right, we got minute 40 down now. And your race leader making his way onto the back straight. He'll be approaching traffic shortly. The maroon and yellow car is your leader. Second place going to be the white, yellow, orange, and black. Third place going to be the green and blue. Careful up front, guys. Careful up
4
front.
minutes left.
That is clear. We got 2:05 down, 3:55 remaining. Fast lap still Steve out of 15.3. All right, Steve is coming up on King and Roderick next. Got Art shortly behind him. Yeah, 2:30 down, 3:30 to go. All right, Steve, Art, and George, your top 3 cars, followed by Patrick Martin, Roderick King, and Jeremy. Got 2:45 down, 3:15 to go. Leaders down the back straight. Got Steve going 15.2, Art going 15.3. Some new fast laps here.
3 minutes left.
3 down, 3 to go. Steve 1 second ahead of Art. Art 6 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 5 ahead of Martin. Martin 5 ahead of King. King 1 second ahead of Roderick. Roderick 2.7 ahead of Jeremy. I think, yeah, George definitely missed a lap here. I got you. All right, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Steve, Art, Patrick, George, Martin, King, Roderick, and Jeremy. 2:20 remaining drivers. Got Patrick going 15.3, George going up 15.7, Roderick at 15.3, all new PRs. Got 2:10 remaining. This time by Steve, 1.3 ahead of Art. 4 minutes in.
2 minutes left.
Art dropping another 15.3 that last lap. Minute 50 to go. All right, Steve 1.5 ahead of Art. Art 7 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 5 ahead of George. George 4.6 ahead of Martin. Martin 0.9 ahead of Roderick. Roderick 2.8 ahead of King. King 5 ahead of Jeremy. Now minute 30 to go, drivers. 90 seconds left. Whoa, somebody just cut the wall ride. Minute 15 to go, drivers. Steve now 1.9 ahead of Art. Art 8 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 6 ahead of George. 5 minutes down.
1 minute left.
$45 seconds left. Steve now 3 seconds ahead of Art. Art 7.8 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 7 seconds even ahead of George. George 5.5 ahead of Martin. Martin half a second ahead of Roderick. Roderick 8 up on Jeremy. 20 seconds left. Race 3, B main, be ready to go. 10 seconds left.
AJ Cardinale done. George Laxon done. Jeremy Vidic done. Patrick Brill done. Roderick McLeod done. Martin Arroyo done.
And
All
that will
drivers
be a
are
race
finished.
driver. Steve Leung making his
Steve
way
Leung
to
done.
the B main event. Podium for this one going to be Art, Patrick, and George. Art, Patrick, and George, please report to the podium. All right, we're
Race is
moving
completed.
into the B main now. Race number 3. right, this one's going to be Omar, Jordan, Kevin, Julian, Tony Nelson, Ryan, and Steve. Our B main event.
Jordan Rivera, Julian Taylor, Ryan R. Randall, Kevin Allen. Omar Man and Salsa. Nelson B. Steve Loom.
All right, I need all my drivers from that last race. I need your help out here. I got King, I got Martin, I got Art. I got someone down here. Sorry, bro, I can't see you, but I know you're there. All right, it's going to be Omar on the 1, Jordan 2, Kevin 3, Julian 4, Tony 5, Nelson 6, Ryan 7, Steve 8.
LT Gray.
All right, grid is set. Drivers, best of luck. We're going racing in less than 5. Here we go. All right, we got Omar out front. Manan Sala to the top spot. Like Taylor up to the 2, followed by Nelson and Jordan. Pretty stacked B main we got here tonight. Pretty stacked Wednesday night in general. Thank you all for the support. Got Omar out front. None. It looks like Jordan up to the 2. A little off trajectory, but holds on to it. Nelson and Julian and Steve all right there with him. Yeah, 55 seconds in, about to be 1 minute down.
5 minutes left.
Omar now 1.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan just ahead of Julian, Nelson, Steve, Ryan, and Kevin. Those guys about 2 seconds ahead of Tony. Yeah, 1:15 down, 4:45 to go. Yeah, a minute 25 down, 4:35 to go. All right, Omar going 14.9 that time by. Nelson going 14.9. Got Julian with a fast lap of 14.4. Minute 40 down. It's Omar, Julian, Nelson, Steve, Ryan, Jordan, Kevin, and Tony, your full running order. Omar 1.8 ahead of Julian, Julian 0.9 ahead of Nelson. And from Nelson to Kevin, it's probably about a second
4
and a
minutes
half.
left.
3:55 left. Oh, trouble for Nelson. That's going to lose him a couple spots. Yeah, 2:15 down, 3:45 left. And the gap between Omar and Julian starting to get slimmer as the race progresses. All right, we got 3:25 remaining here. Omar 1.8 ahead of Julian. Julian 2 seconds ahead of Ryan. Ryan just ahead of Nelson and Kevin. From Kevin to Steve, there's about a 3-second gap. And from Steve to Tony, 2.1. Tony to Jordan, wow, looks like a lot slimmer now. Just a few car lengths between those two drivers. 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Omar and Julian gap now down to 7/10. Oh, Omar living on the edge there. 2:45 remains, drivers. Race leaders down the back straight. Gap remains about the same. 2:35 left. All right, battle to watch right now. Going to be the silver, orange, and blue versus the white car behind them. That is the battle for the lead, and they're less than half a second apart. All right, 2:20 remaining. .210 to go. Omar going 14.8 that time by. Putting a good lap when it counts. There's now 1 second between himself and Julian with 4 minutes down.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes to go. Omar, Julian, Ryan, followed by Kevin, Nelson, Tony, Steve, and Jordan. Minute 45 to go, drivers. Minute 35 remains. Omar, Julian, Ryan, Kevin, Nelson, Tony, Steve, and Jordan. Omar and Julian just 0.9 apart. Got 2.6 from Julian to Ryan. Ryan 1 second ahead of Kevin. Kevin 4 seconds ahead of Nelson. Nelson 3 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.7 ahead of Steve. Steve about 3 seconds ahead of Jordan. Got minute 5 remaining, drivers.
1 minute left.
Whoa, Julian putting the move on. Whoa, a little mishap getting onto the straight. 50 seconds remaining. Got 40 seconds to go, drivers. Ryan Randall up to the 2 spot, but he's got Kevin and Julian to contend with. Got 30 seconds to go. $20 seconds remaining. Omar 1.9 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 0.5 ahead of Julian. Julian 2 ahead of Ryan. 10 seconds left, drivers. And time has expired.
Nelson
Race
B.
to the
done.
line.
LT Gray done. Steve
That's
Wood
going to be
done.
a fight to the finish here.
Omar
Wow,
Rand and
Omar
Salsa
just
done.
barely hanging
Allen
on.
done. Julian Taylor
Wow.
done. Jordan Rivera done. All
Wow,
drivers
Omar
are finished.
.09 margin of victory. So Omar making it to the
The race
main
is
event.
completed.
Our podium here is going to be Kevin, Julian, and Ryan. Rest order, Nelson, Tony, Steve, and Jordan. All right, making our way into race number 4. This is our A main event. Now, normally this would be the final race on a Wednesday, but we got 2 bonus races coming up after this. This is our A main of 17.5. After this, we're going Stadium Truck.
BP.
And after Stadium Truck, we're going Mod Buggy. Got a couple of bonus runs for you folks tonight.
Anthony Bruno no. Roger Serafin. Lucas Sichiglowski. Gumpa. Rice Cakes Supreme. Cole Wilson.
So Bruno, were you the one who made gross rice cakes? No? Okay. I may need some turn marshals, guys. Looking for my drivers from the B main event. I got Julian, I got Ryan, I got Tony. Got Nelson on the way. Jordan on the way as well. Omar, are you interested? Okay. Omar is on the way. All right. Try to give Omar a second here, so I'll do this very slowly. All right, cool. In that case, Brian 1, Brandon 2, Roger 3, Lucas 4, Anthony 5, Brian 6, Cole 7, Omar 8. Putting Bryant on the 1, Brandon 2, Roger on the number 3. Yeah, Lucas on
Omar
that number
Man and
4.
Salsa.
Bruno on the 5, Brian on the 6, Cole 7, and Omar 8. What'd you eat, Omar? No, what'd you eat? Okay. I won't try to say it. I'll butcher that. All right, folks. We got ourselves a grid. We got marshals. We're going racing. Lost Sun 5. All right, Bryant's out front, Brandon 2, followed by Lucas. Then we got Bruno, Cole, Brian, Roger, Omar. Everybody's still close here. Oh, Bruno with the move. Got 30 seconds down. Got Mirafonte out front, 14-1. He's having fun. BP about 1 second back. All right, 45 seconds in. Right now it's Bryant, Brandon, Anthony, Brian, Lucas, Cole, Roger, and Omar.
Five minutes left.
All right, Bryant 1 second ahead of Brandon. Brandon 3 ahead of Bruno. Bruno 3/10 ahead of Gross. Gross 8/10 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 5/10 ahead of Cole. Cole 2/10 ahead of Roger. Roger 1.6 ahead of Omar. We got 4:40 to go, drivers. And Mirafuente leading the field, 1.3 up on Perea. Perea now about 4 ahead of Bruno. Bruno 0.3 ahead of Gross. Gross has about a second on Lucas, but Lucas just ahead of Roger and Cole. Got a minute 45 down, 4:15 left. Good battle going on for the 5, 6, 7. Got 2 minutes down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
Brian 1.4 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 4 ahead of Bruno. Bruno half a second up on Gross. Gross having a flip. That's going to move him down the leaderboard. We still got 3:45 to go, however. A lot of racing ahead. Bryant now 2.5 seconds ahead. Bruno in the 3 spot. He's about 4 seconds back of Brandon. And 2 seconds out of Lucas. Trouble there for Lucas. That is going to promote Cole to the 4 spot. And Roger into the top 5. Got 3:15 to go, drivers. That mid-pack battle has been the best battle throughout this race. All right, folks, we're coming up on 3 minutes down.
3 minutes left.
Brian, Brandon, Anthony, followed by Cole, Roger, Lucas, Brian, and Omar. 2:50 to go. Fast lap in this one, Mirafonte at 14.1. We got Perea 14.2. Wilson at 14.3. Serafin at 14.4. Gross 14.5. Bruno 14.6. Okay. Let's see, Omar going 14.9. Got 2:30 to go, drivers. 2.5 minutes left. And we got got Battle brewing up for the 3 spot here. Bruno just ahead of Wilson. Down the back straight they go. Same colors in much different fashions. All right, we got 2:05 remaining. Careful in the middle, guys. That is clear.
2 minutes left.
Bruno versus Wilson, the battle to watch right now. Through the middle section, over the rollers, through the chicane. Over that back double, down the back straight. 2/10 the gap between Bruno and Wilson. Bruno going a little wide there, and that is just enough for Wilson to make the move. 1:40 remaining, drivers. "90 seconds remain. Brandon Cole, followed by Anthony Lucas Omar, Brian and Roger. Minute 15 remains. Bryant now 6 seconds ahead of Brandon. Brandon 4 seconds ahead of Cole. Cole 3.5 ahead of Bruno. Bruno 2 seconds up on Lucas. Lucas 7 ahead of Brian. Brian half a second ahead of Roger. Roger 1.6 ahead of Omar. 55 seconds left, drivers. "40 seconds remain. Brian going 14-1 that time around. "30 seconds left. "15 seconds. All right, closest battles got Bruno versus Lucas. Also got Brian versus Roger. 5 seconds left, drivers.
Gumpa done. Anthony Bruno no done. Lucas Sichiglowski done. BP done. Cole Wilson done. Rice Cakes Supreme done. Roger Seraphin done.
And that will be a race, drivers. Gonna be
Omar,
Bryant,
and Salsa
Brandon,
done.
and Cole on the podium tonight. Rest order is going to be Anthony, Lucas, Brian, Roger, and
The
Omar.
race is completed.
That was not an easy A-main to get into tonight. All right, got bonus races here tonight. Our first bonus race is going to be Stadium Truck.
BP. Gumpa. Patrick Brill. Rice Cakes Supreme.
All right, I may need some help turn marshaling this race. I think we'll do podium later on this one.
Julian Taylor. George
So I got
Laxon.
Goomba back to back to back, and I think he's going to be on all 3 podiums. We'll just do all the podiums
Nelson
at
B.
the end. Sweet, thank you. All right, got everybody checked in. Is this everybody from Expert? Is this everyone from the last main who's not in this one? Just checking. I mean, if this is what it is what it is. I just want to make sure everyone who's supposed to be out here is out here. Got BG directing traffic. No, listen to BG, please. BG knows what he's talking about. All right, lineup for this one is going to be Bryant on the 1, Brian 2, Brandon 3, Julian 4, Nelson 5, Jordan 6, Patrick 7, George 8. What'd you eat, George? All right, grid is set. Drivers ready. We're going racing in less than 5. They're off. We got Bryant out from BG2, followed by BP. Got Julian Ford just ahead of Nelson. All right, 20 seconds in. Top 2 trucks starting to break away just a little bit. 30 seconds in. Got Bryant just ahead of Brian. Brian, a little trouble there for Brian, but he lands on all 4 wheels. Keeps the wheels moving the right direction. 45 in, 5:15 to go. Right now it's Bryant, Brian, Brandon, Julian, Jordan, George, Nelson, and Patrick. Fast lap being reset by Bryant to 14.6. Got 15.0 for Brian, 15.5 for Brandon. Oh, back straight. And it's clear. 110 down, 450 remains. Bryant, Brian, Brandon, your top 3. Oh, BG up on his lid. Minute 30 down, 4:30 left. Right now, we got Bryant enjoying a 3.5 second lead. Brian 2.6 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 2 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 4 seconds ahead of Nelson. Nelson 2.5 ahead of Patrick. Patrick 1.7 ahead of George. A minute 50 down. All right, we're 2 minutes in.
4 minutes left.
Bryant now 4 seconds ahead of Brian. Brian 2 seconds ahead of Brandon. Brandon 3.7 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3.6 ahead of Nelson. Nelson 2.9 ahead of Patrick. 3:40 remaining. So fast lap, we got Bryant going to 14.6, Brandon 14.7, Brian 14.9, Julian 15.4, Jordan 15.5, Patrick 15.6, Nelson a 15.4. Got 3:20 to go, drivers. It's race number 5 on track, the Cinco. Race number 6 up next, modified buggy. All right, 3 minutes in.
3 minutes left.
All right, 2:40 to go. Brian 4.6 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.8 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 5 ahead of Julian. Julian 3.5 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 8 ahead of Patrick. Patrick half a second up on Nelson. We got 2:25 to go. Yeah, Brian Gross going 14.8 that time by. Backing up for 14.9. All right, folks. We got 4 minutes down.
2 minutes left.
Wow, BG taking fast lap of the race at a 14.4. Oh, BG run that darker truck. It's the orange blue, orange green. I like to compare it to the coloring on Brian's truck to when a kid gets into their parents' makeup. That's what Brian's paint job reminds me of. A young child playing with makeup. We got a minute 15 to go. Got Goomba out there running the blue and yellow. That is the Spoon Honda paint job. Yes, that is an electric Honda Element you're watching circle the track.
1 minute left.
All right, we got 55 seconds to go. $45 seconds left. And it looks like the gap between Brian and Brian down to about 2 seconds. Got Brian 4 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 11 up on Julian. Julian 2 ahead of Jordan. Careful in the middle, guys. That's clear. 25 seconds left. 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds left. Wow, Brian, 1.6 ahead of Brian. Gap is diminishing. Brian Gross needs another minute or two.
Nelson B. done. Goomba done. Rice Cakes Supreme done. Julian Taylor done. BP done. Jordan Rivera done. George Laxon done.
All right,
All
that'll be a
drivers
race,
are
guys.
finished.
Gonna be Brian.
Metric Thrill done.
Brian and Brandon on the podium tonight.
The race is completed.
All right, Mod Buggy. All right, we'll do podium after this. Got Goomba back to back to back. Carlos looks like he's back to back to back on getting these cars on track. Pitman extraordinaire. I said
BP.
Pitman, not. Yeah.
Cole Wilson. Goomba.
All right, this is Mod Buggy. Mod Buggy. Is this all we're going to get? King, Tony, you guys care to join us? All right, Tony's on his way.
LT Gray.
All right, we got everybody on track. Let's line them up. It's going to be Cole on the 1, Bryant's on the 2, Brandon 3, and Tony 4. And I guess King on the 5.
King Arroyo.
All right, folks, grid is set. Drivers ready. We're racing in less than 5. We got Bryant out front, Cole in the 2, followed by Brandon, Tony, and King. All right, Bryant going 13,999. Yes, that's a 13.999. All right, blue and yellow car out front. We're 45 seconds in. Bryant currently 2.3 ahead of Cole. Cole 2.7 ahead of Tony. Tony 2 seconds ahead of Brandon. And Brandon 5 seconds ahead of King. 1 minute down, drivers.
4 minutes left.
Fast lap being set by Wilson, 13.8. You got Bryant to 13.9, Tony 14.9, Brandon 14.5, King 18.2. All right, about 25 in, 3:35 remaining. Bryant now 1.5 ahead of Cole. Cole 4.5 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.2 on Brandon. And Brandon 10 ahead of King. New PRs here. Got Tony moving it down to a 14.8. King now a 15.8. 3:10 remaining, drivers. All right, Cole going 13.8 once again that time around.
3 minutes left.
That brings the gap down to 0.7 of a second. We're 2 down, 3 to go. And it's a battle out front, Bryant versus Cole. .245 remains. Another battle going down. That's Brandon versus Tony. I'll see if I race my buggy. I hope to be in that battle. Hope I can give those guys some fight. Got 240 down, 220 to go. Oh, Goomba a little bit short. Oh, and they get together. Crazy. Got 2:10 remaining, drivers. All right, now 1.9 separating Bryant and Cole.
2 minutes left.
Minute 50 to go. It's time by Bryant 2.4 ahead of Cole. Cole 6.8 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 2.4 ahead of Tony. Now it's the other way around, actually. Tony 0.7 of a second ahead of BP. Minute 30 to go, 90 seconds remaining. All right, a minute 20 left. Minute 10 to go. Bryant, Cole, Tony, Brandon, and King, your full running order. We got one down in turn one.
1 minute left.
You heard the man, a minute to go. .50 seconds left. Goomba about 5 seconds ahead of Cole. Cole 13 ahead of Tony. Tony 2.5 ahead of Brandon. 35 seconds left. Hey, why did Brandon just slip King a $20 bill? All right, 15 seconds left. Well, this is battle going to be Brandon and Tony. Five seconds left. Oh, a little collision.
Goomba done. King Arroyo done.
Whoa.
Cole Wilson done.
You know, I kind of drive on the philosophy
done.
that if I treat my car well, that it will treat me
All
well in
drivers are
return.
finished. LT Gray
I'm
done.
just saying, be nice to your car. All right, folks. Bryant, Cole, and Brandon on the podium
The
tonight.
race
Mod
is
Buggy.
completed.
All right, and that'll conclude Wednesday Night Racing. That was one of our bigger Wednesday night races. Thank you all for the support. It's been fun. I hope to see you all again soon. We will be racing this Friday. That's going to be a New Year Series race. Next Wednesday, maybe. I'll be here and we'll read the room. I don't anticipate there's going to be very many people here next Wednesday. So if I don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and good night.